மூன்றெழுத்து சொன்னேனோ க்ஷத்ரபந்துவை போலே, முதலடியை பெற்றேனோ அகலிகையை போலே, பிஞ்சாய் பழுத்தேனோ ஆண்டாளை போலே, எம்பெருமான் என்றேனோ பட்டர்பிரான் போலே, ஆராய்ந்து விட்டேனோ திருமழிசையார் போலே, நான் சிறியன் என்றேனோ ஆழ்வாரை போலே, ஏதேதுமென்றேனோ குலசேகரர் போலே, யாம் சத்தியமென்றேனோ கிருஷ்ணனை போலே.
மூன்றெழுத்துச் சொன்னேனோ க்ஷத்ரபந்துவை போலே. Kshatrabandhu, the son of King Vishwaratha, was a mean and cruel person. Unable to tolerate his behavior, the people of the kingdom chased him away into the forest. Even in the forest, he continued in his ways of torturing others. One time, a rishi passing through the forest slipped and fell into a pond. In one of those rarest of rare moments, when Sattva Guna modestly arose in Kshatrabandhu, he felt the need to save the rishi and pulled him out of the pond. When he shared his background with the rishi gave him some very good advice. Kshatrabandhu lamented, "O venerable sage, my obnoxious nature was born with me and will not leave me. There is no point trying to make me a better person." The rishi then taught him to chant Lord's divine name, Govinda. Diligent devotion and constant contemplation of the Lord's name resulted in his rebirth as a Brahmin, and eventually he attained moksha. His story has been sung by Thondaradipudi Alvar in his Thirumalai. Did I spend my time usefully chanting the Lord's name like Kshatrabandhu? Asks Thirukkolur Ammal. முதலடியை பெற்றேனோ அகலிகையை போலே. Thirukkolur Ammal is asking, did I have the great fortune of gaining the touch of Lord Rama's divine feet like Ahalya did? It is well known that just a gentle contact with Lord's divine feet transformed the cursed Ahalya from a stone into her virginal form. Pinjai pazhutheno aandalai pole. Did I show great love for Sri Krishna at a tender age like the great saint Andal did? Exclaims Thirukkolur Ammal. Saint Andal was born as an incarnation of Bhudevi in the garden of Periyalvar under a tulasi plant. Periyalvar brought her up as his own daughter. Not surprisingly, Periyalvar's immense love for Sri Krishna also manifested in Andal, and she developed great love for Sri Krishna at a tender age. This divine love translated into two great works: Tirupavai, the very essence of all Vedantic wisdom, and Nachiyar Tirumozhi, which are an integral part of the Divya Prabandham, the Tamil equivalent of the Vedas. Emperuman endreno Pattarpiranai pole. Pattarpiran is the name for Periyalvar. Periyalvar lived in Srivilliputtur, where he maintained a flower garden and was making garlands for Lord Vatapatrashayi every day. The king of that area, Vallabhadeva, arranged for a debate to determine the true Supreme Lord and announced that the winner would get a prize of gold coins. Bhagavan appeared in Periyalvar's dream and asked him to participate in the debate. Accepting his word as command, Periyalvar, who had no formal education from any teacher, went to the court and proved with the help of all scriptures that Sriman Narayana is the Supreme Being. Pleased by that, the king placed him on his own elephant and took him around the city. Srimanarayana then appeared on Garuda along with his consorts to bless Periyalvar. It is then that Periyalvar sang the magnificent Thirupallandu. Through his masterpiece, the Alvar presented the Lord's absolute supremacy and the natural servitude of all jivas. Thirukkolur Ammal is asking, did I learn my true nature as one who is subservient to the Lord and call out to Sriman Narayana, my eternal master, like Periyalvar did? ஆராய்ந்து விட்டேனோ திருமழிசையார் போலே. Thirumalizhai was born to Bhargava Maharishi and Kanakangi, a divine damsel, in the sacred town of Thirumalizhai. He was abandoned by his mother as soon as he was born and was picked up by a low-caste person who brought him up as his own son. Due to the grace of Lord Jagannatha of Thirumalizhai, he grew up mastering all the Shastras. He tried and tested several approaches to knowing the ultimate reality, and after practicing several faiths, he finally became a true Vaishnava. Thirukkolur Ammal is asking, did I analyze the various means like Thirumalizhai Piran to know and attain God and gave up all those which are ineffective? நான் சிறியன் என்றேனோ ஆழ்வாரைப் போலே. The word Alvar here refers to none other than Swami Nammalvar, the foremost of all Alvars. In spite of being granted flawless knowledge by Lord Sriman Narayana himself, Nammalvar had repeatedly expressed his lowliness. Through his hymns, he highlighted how an individual soul is characterized by its qualities of Adheyatva, that which is always supported, Vidheyatva, that which is controlled by a higher being, and Sheshatva, that which exists solely for the sake of the Supreme Being. Thirukkolur Ammal is asking, did I understand my true nature and practice humility like Alvar did? Nammalvar shows in his work called Periya Thiruvandadi how the Lord is the ultimate owner of everything, this universe of living and non-living, his Leela Vibhuti, which is subject to constant changes, and Vaikunta, his Nitya Vibhuti. He then expresses his amazement that the same Supreme Lord, the master of Leela Vibhuti and Nitya Vibhuti, also resides within him as his Antaryami. Being that, he wonders and questions Bhagavan out of sheer awe. Who knows if you are big or if I am big? Thirukkolur Ammal may also be asking, am I capable of speaking like Alvar did? Edenumendrano Kulasekharar Pole. Kulasekara Alvar's pasurams are called Perumal Tirumozhi. In these pasurams, he expresses his desire to be born in any fashion on the divine hills of Tirumala. He prays that he be born as a bird, a fish, a tree, a pathway, a river, or anything, even the temple doormat, as long as he can be one with the sacred hills of Tirumala. Thirukkolur Ammal is asking, did I wish to be always on Tirumala like Kulasekara Alvar did? Yan Satyamendreno Krishnanaip Pole. Many of Sri Krishna's words uttered for the sake of the well-being and protection of Dharma may appear as falsehood for people with limited intellect. Krishna, the Supreme Brahman, is the very embodiment of Satyam. Once, when Sri Krishna went as the messenger for the Pandavas and Draupadi asked for his help, Krishna declared for the benefit of all, the sky might fall down, the earth may crumble, the Himalayas may break down into pieces, the oceans may become dry. Even if all these unlikely things were to come true, my words will never be falsified. The noble Sanjaya calls Krishna as truth personified. The great Bhishma, on his deathbed, when questioned by Yudhishthira, pointed to Sri Krishna as Dharma personified. When Uttara's son was born lifeless like a black wooden piece due to Ashwatthama's arrow, a voice was heard stating that if one who is a true brahmachari and a speaker of nothing but truth were to touch the baby would gain life. When no one stepped forward, Krishna did. With the touch of his divine lotus feet, the infant came alive. Sri Krishna is Satyam, and his words are always Satyam. This is what is being conveyed with tremendous conviction by Thirukkolur Ammal.